A very special thank you to everybody who tunes in to the Justin Podcast. And I also want to give a special thanks to all my sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you guys about Planet Fitness. It's a real cool deal because what happened is, I ended up getting dragged into this situation. Like, yeah, man, come with me to the gym, and then I went in there with one of my buddies, and I actually fell in love with it. I was just sitting there, at first, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of observing, that's the type of person I am, you know what I'm saying? I don't just be jumping in and stuff, jumping up in people's pool. I don't do that. I like to observe, and so that's what I did. And the next thing you know, man, I'm in love. I fell in complete love with this facility. Everything is so clean. It got everything that you could ever want. It's like a big toy land, man. You can just and like you just walk in and walk out. You just do your own thing. They scan you in, and that's it. And right now they got a deal going on. Where you can get $1. You can put $1 down, and then after that, it's only $10 a month. That's a hell of a deal. That's even less than what I'm paying. You know what I mean? I got to put these guys over because not only that, but it's changing my life health wise. But not only can you work on your body, but you can work on your mind too. Because when you subscribe to the Black Card membership at Planet Fitness, they hook you up with 2 free credits on Audible. You see, and you get the Audible app. Now you can listen to all these different audio books, man. I'm about to get the Mick Foley book. I'm about to get all Jericho books. I'm about to get all the wrestling books. But right now, I'm listening to what is it called? Psycho Cybernetics. Yeah, I'm listening to that. I'm listening to a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? Because I got a whole lot of time. I'll be out in that truck. But that's a whole nother thing, you know what I'm saying? Planet Fitness and Audible, you know what I'm saying? They working on your body and they working on your mind. And it's just a gift that keeps on giving this holiday season. What you think about it? You thinking about it, RJ? Well, I thought about it, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. I want to sit on my fat ass. That's not inspirational, RJ.
He's considered to be the greatest announcer in XTV history. And now, Justin Turkey Leg brings his famous voice along with his awesome friends to the podcast world. This is Justin's podcast.
You ain't gonna believe this shit, Stacy. No, don't laugh at it. Don't laugh. You won't believe this shit. Now, Miss Martha gets mad at me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what she do to take it out on me? She goes in there and start humping on Neil. Yeah, everybody's standing around. All right, she just starts humping about on this dude. You know what I'm saying? Trying to embarrass me. Just always trying to prove a point. Stacy, why me? Is what I'm trying to find out. You know. Then we go live, and Big Trunks. You know what I'm saying? He always looking for an opportunity to put me on the spot to make me seem like I ain't nobody, and that's exactly what he did. Embarrassed the fuck out of me, as usual. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you go though, Stace. Oh boy, welcome y'all to Justin's podcast. We got a good one. I'm happy that was my new producer Stacy here at XTV World. I just had to get a little off my mind because what I was just not telling her about was Miss Martha, because she got mad at me about some of the things that I was saying about her. And here she is right now. I am so glad that you're addressing this. Look, Martha, I mean, I already went over this how many times? Nope. I'm not going to even let that mess slide. We're going to get this squared out right here and right now. Oh, boy. Well, the floor is yours then, Martha. Go ahead. No, I want you to preface it by exactly what you were going to say. I want y'all to know, ladies and gentlemen, Martha high as hell right now. Don't you even try to deter from the subject. Go ahead right now. All right. Let me just put it out there, because Martha, I am a real man. All right, so I'm gonna put my dirt out there. Okay, this all started when AVW punk ass came out here. You know what I mean, and did the podcast for me. Finally, I had so many people lined up You know what I mean? But we ain't gonna get into that. All right, I'm staying with it. I'm staying with it. But anyways, there was a segment on the podcast where I was telling AVW, I was like, look, man, you shrunk my dick. You know what I'm saying? And and then I was kayfabing. I was acting. Okay, when I had said, "Oh yeah," and you gonna give me a church wife? I ain't want a church wife. I wanted a hot wife. Martha, we make love every single night. We make sweet, sweaty love. Ernest. Okay, I don't know why you try to sit out here and act like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't all into you. I'm always all over you. You my chocolate bar. Nah, so there. Nah, I should have a doggone clean slate. Well, I don't want that kind of talk going on the podcast, Ernest. After all these years, you should know how to conduct yourself. Martha, you got to understand, okay? There's a thin line between, on camera Justin and at home Justin. No, there's not. You can try to sell people all you want to on that mess. No, it's not. That is nothing but jargon, and you know it. I don't want to hear that kind of talk. And that's that. Shake her ass up in here. Try like she telling me something. Well, let's move on past that, ladies and gentlemen. Like I was saying, I got a good podcast for you guys today. I was looking in the archives because I'm like, man, I know I got some fire for that ass, and I do too. Okay, contrary to popular belief, that is a shoot. I got shit, but it's just Stacy, my producer, that's what I was talking to her about, before we got on here, was that a whole lot of stuff need to be edited. You know what I mean? So before, I mean heavily edited. A lot of stuff, even some of Millennium stuff. Since Miss Martha done come out here and got all big time. Oh, she can't do the editing no more. She got to do this. She got to do that. But anyways, yeah, that's right. I'm talking about you. And I don't care. You better not be saying no more voting is all about. That's all I want to say. She thinks she coming around here regulating something. She ain't regulating shit. I love you, Martha. You know I love you. I got a real cool wife. I want to let that be known. That's why I have Martha. I rib her all the time. She is really, really sweet and down to earth. But I ain't telling y'all nothing that y'all don't know. I ain't gonna come out here and start rambling. I just want to let y'all know that I got this podcast with the best, and I don't know what the hell we talking about. I'm just happy that I got it. Because I was looking. Like I said, I was looking in the archives. I was trying to find something, and man, it just, after digging and digging and uncovering, something that was all the way at the bottom. It just shone like a great treasure. And you know what? I thought of a new name for Bess. Came through, Bob. That's right. Cause cause at first I had a bad name for him. You know what I'm saying? It was neglected Bob. Cause out of all of the names that I seen, I seen some good ones too. But I just kept on skipping over his ass. And then when it came down to it, and I was so desperate, and I actually needed something. Look at what shone through. Neglected Bob. So Bess has notoriously been known to want to just be like Bob. He might talk about that in this podcast, but I'm sure that Bob Classic is going to be mentioned in this podcast. You know what I mean? They got quite a storied history. For a shoot, Best is one of the greatest of all time. He is an absolute XTV legend, but that's the gimmick here on XTV. We just rib him, you know what I mean? So just want to put that out there, because if I don't say that, he will say something about the shit. Trust and believe. Yeah, so that's enough of me talking. I hope y'all enjoy the podcast, and I'm gonna be back with the outro.
Hi, Tom Bodette. Why is everything the new something? Apparently 60 is the new 40, Thursday's the new Tuesday, and frugal is the new cool. Well, if you find all that to be the new confusing, just remember Motel 6. With the lowest price of any national chain, we were frugal before frugal was cool. And being cool is the new... Oh, never mind. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you. Book online at motel6.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are sitting here with a legend, and forget about, what you heard about anything. I'm here to set the record straight. It's an interview that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it had to come to this day. And he was gracious enough to give us some time today, in spite of his busy schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sitting here with a man who has done everything that it is to be done here in XTV. And we're going to point out a good majority of those things here. The one, the only, not the greatest, the best.
The best in this bitch, man. That's right.
That's right.
I am not lame.
That's right. Man, I was watching the thing the other day, too. I was watching Royal Rumble 1994, and they had Owen Hart up there on that big screen, and he was like, and that's why I did something, and that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg. That shit made me laugh. But yeah, man. Best, what's going on, man? How you feel?
I feel great, you know what I mean?
You do? I stole you from Alec.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Just, I felt very great, dude, since I was able to do my podcast with 90, honestly. You know what I mean? I felt like, I really touched on things that was always hard for me to touch on.
Yeah.
And who better to do it with 90 who gets that truth out of you, you know what I mean?
I'm just not watching 90.
Yeah, his podcast was Pain. Pain opens up with Calling Me Down, Backup Dancer, Bob.
He said that's the first thing he said on that?
I think he said some shit like that. It's either the first thing he said or something. But
yeah,
I take it all in stride. You know what I mean? It's deserving.
And I done been where you done been. So it's like, sometimes you just ain't on your A game. And everybody like, oh, what's wrong? But you just ain't on it, and it's like it's somebody else's time now.
Exactly, and that's just how I feel. I'm not stressing about
Yeah.
whether I will be relevant this time. I've had a great career, dude. When you really break it down, a lot of XTV stars haven't done what I've done, being in the WWE, being in CAW, all these different organizations, winning belts, you know what I mean? Having so much story within all these organizations and still living and still saying, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. I was at WWE when nobody knew about it, and when they did know about it, as far as XTV, the WWE.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you have a legacy like that, it's cool to sit back, cool to be the butt of every joke. Michael Jackson was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every entertainer was. So I don't really trip over it.
And when they talking about you, you relevant.
Thank you.
If they not talking about you, then that's when you got a problem. And we can go over a whole plethora of guys that's just not in the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you are, and that's what's unique about you. That's what I we always refer to that one time we was over on Flora Street, and we were sitting on the side of the house, and I just had to I had to stand up for you right quick. I had to step in.
I definitely credit you for that, because, dude, I was at a point, in my career, in my life, where it just felt like,
Yeah. I felt like you were starting to believe that shit.
I was starting to believe it, because it was just like, damn, dude. Because, when, you have all of these accolades that you work hard to get, you know what I mean, and all this stuff, it's like truthfully, I had a real ego. I called myself the best. I had an ego, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm winning all these titles, and, I wanted the appreciation from the fans, and I got that. And that's all it became about. I became fixated on making the fans happy.
Yep.
And, not realizing that they are just human beings, and they're quick to change on you in a second. So I'm not mad at the fans for, changing, or whatever the hell. That's what happens. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna fucking say something with that. Oh yeah, you know, when they turned on me, I didn't know how to behave. You know what I mean? Because I looked at them.
At what point you felt like the fans turned on you?
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Era of the athletes.
Definitely, they turned on me.
You, you think this is the absolute pinpoint time?
That's the pinpoint time.
And prior to this, like, how you feel like you was doing just prior to that?
Mixed. In 05 when we did the pay-per-view summer break, you know, when we did that and I had my little tantrum, you know, that really was stupid. You know what I mean? And that
I think that was another pivotal moment too.
Yeah, that was definitely because right there, like I was so high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you was
and
up
that
there.
put me to this mixed state. You know what I mean? It's like why the
You
fuck
hurt
did
the fans' feelings.
Yeah,
man.
I did.
You did. You heard them and you broke their hearts.
Again, Justin, man.
But you got that. But like that's what I'm talking about, and it's like, man, nobody did a heel turn like that ever in history, and as bad as it hurt the fans, you got them.
Funniest thing is though, it's like I did that with CAW. You know what I mean? That's what we was kind of trying to show you guys. Like I did that. You know, I think they explained that. You know, in different stories. We listened to the kids. The other night, you know,
good.
We love it. You know,
of course,
it's good.
It's wonderful.
It's just, you know,
I love it.
Can I speak for Super Duper really fast?
Say whatever you want.
The issue is, it's like voice control with those guys.
I felt like it was good.
Like
I liked it a lot, and even you know even when I was talking to the kids, you know, it was just like it was, you know.
Nah, there was one point where Junior sound like Senior, and I'm like, no, but
I think that did happen one time.
That's not supposed to happen. It's not.
Yeah, it ain't supposed to happen.
You know what I mean? And it's just like fuck. Like as we're
kill off your gimmick, kid.
Yeah, as we're listening to it, like Junior was telling and then on one part towards the end, Junior told Senior's story. Like he wasn't talking to you. You know what I mean? And you know, like aside from that though, we told great story. We told you guys what was going on. I wish we would have those papers. You know what I mean? To, you know, further help us explain what was going on with the WWE around their time, you know. And as a matter of fact, I think Junior wants to be on another podcast because, he has to.
Just by himself?
Yeah, he has to kind of tell you guys certain stories,
man,
like a lot.
It's booked. It's done. You understand that?
Yeah!
He wanted, man, I love that guy, man. And, like, you know, talk about somebody who came in, you know, who don't get the credit that he deserved, because when he came into XTV, you know, I think his dad was already here. Established, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then, you know, it's like sometime later, you know what I'm saying? He just came in at the perfect time. It was like,
and I'm the one that said that. I'm the one that said it. I was like, dude, if you guys like, and that's funny, dude, because like in the WWE, Senior, of course, came first.
That's right.
XTV, Senior comes first, Junior comes second. You know what I mean?
Same booking, and it worked both times.
You know, but the thing with the WWE, the only difference, you know, with Junior is like nobody knew how to feel. I think he touched on that briefly. Like nobody, because it's like Senior did so much.
It's hard to talk. It's hard. You know what I mean? Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, big shoes to fill. He did a lot, you know, for that time period, for it to be the early '90s, and you know, he being that guy, and then he just came in and shit. And I think what worked with Junior, though, is like he was able to go avenues Senior wasn't able to go. He was fighting in the cell matches. He was fighting in the cages. You know what I mean? And all these other different things.
It showed, too, because, you know, and it's just so awesome. It's like, how did you, you know, get this guy, David Kidd Sr., to come over here and be so great, you know, like outstanding, doing like stuff like that we never seen before. And then get this kid.
His son is like,
you know that can be top, right?
I know.
You know, really, you know, on the same game, that's crazy. Like, you know, and picking moves that, like, you know, it's like his. I'm talking about David Kidd Jr. Like his move set is just crazy, and you know, that's like one of the things I enjoyed about you too. Is just like, you know, I knew that you was gonna have a good ass match because your move set was crazy. You was one of those guys that was just exciting to watch. You know,
and we used to take time.
Damn WWE guys, the 80s got another one.
Oh my God, we take time. Anybody from even, you know, and that's why they touched on it, Destruction, dude.
The only one that didn't work.
It's the biggest one that didn't work. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Oh, the biggest one that didn't work. You know what I mean? He was supposed to work. It's just like, damn, dude. You know, and I remember us just like, soup. He was gonna put this in a comment, but it would have been too long. Like, I remember after the reception of Destruction was so bad, he was distraught. He was just looking at the set. I'm like, damn. Because he was trying to figure out, like, what do I do? And he tried to, like, do different, like, outfit changes. He tried to do a lot. He was just like, no, you guys are supposed to like him. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. And that's what made it like, shit, you guys will never get the WWE. You know what I mean? If you don't like him, how the fuck are you going to get it?
You'll never get it.
Yeah. And it left us, and, it's not until, like, those guys kicked in that, those guys.
But they was already there.
No.
Oh, so Destruction was the first?
He was the second.
Who was first?
NMM was first.
Okay.
Destruction was the second.
So when NMM came, then what was the perception? What was the idea? Like, it's like, was the idea that the East Coast would be able to understand WWE based off NMM, or it wasn't until Destruction came?
We weren't going to even explain. We weren't going to. We were. Just
it wasn't even an idea. It was just like he was in this brand. I'm gonna bring him over here.
It was going to be slowly. We were going to introduce it to you guys. It's like, okay, you like NMM, you're going to love Destruction. It was quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay.
But that's what But that's my question. And I want to get to that part too, though. But like when NMM came, was it an idea of, we're going to bring in the WWE guys and make a big impact, little bit by little bit.
Yeah,
like, that was the idea behind NMM coming in?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, but, and NMM worked so well. You guys thought he was a rookie. You're like, Rookie of the Year of 2004.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. He came in 1990, but it's funny, because it's like, and we let
because
you
he
guys
was a rookie here.
Yeah.
This way it counts.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Because that reminds me, I was, I was rookie of 2003 in the WWE. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Totally different organization. I
Right.
forgot to mention that. It's just like, when I look at that period, dude, like 2003 to 2005, I mean, the titles I held, sometimes for myself I've forgotten about. It wasn't until that conversation where I just kind of, look back on my success in my career and said, damn, dude, I really was the best. You know what I mean? Am the best. If my name is still in conversation, whether negative or good, I'm still there. You know what I mean? After all I've done.
You in the mix, man. You right up in there. You in that upper echelon, whether people want to, admit it or not, because you in that everyday brand, and it's like everybody not there. Like Jazzmar, he done made his way there. And it's like, you've been there. Like, you in there with Killer, Romy, Bobby, myself, Trunks, you one of the guys, Yaki, Yosi, Tavari, all of us, and it's like, until you reach that point, you still trying to get there. And you always been there. And it's like, I had to make people see that.
Yeah, and I really thank you for that, man. Because, dude, you get lost again. You know what I mean? Like, you forget about your accolades when you're in such a negative light. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to step back and see what you've done. F&K with Trunks. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you guys don't really know too much about it, just to understand that, dude, that was it. You know what I'm saying? And that really catapulted a lot of guys to success. Like, that's when Killer, he started to get used more. And, that's when Wells first came in, even, you know what I'm saying? Or came back, he was John, I know.
That's right.
But really made himself stand out to the Wells that we know, today. And, I don't know, man. I mean, can I tat? Because when we were talking about the WWE, dude, just like memories just start just coming.
Go ahead, man. So, I love those stories.
Dude, like, it's just crazy that, like I'm talking about the whole thing. Like, okay, I come in, you know what I mean? Nobody behind me. I have nothing, and I come into this new organization, but I work. Pain works too. You know what I mean? From, CAW sides, he comes in and he works. But nobody, dude, Monster, Moonsault Kid, all those guys, and they all went at one point. Like everybody from
They all had a turn.
Yeah, everybody. 90 went back, you know what I'm saying? But I think he touched on it on one of the podcasts with Missing Tense that we didn't upload yet. He said, like, yeah, he went back to the WWE in like 04. They wanted him to do Lovable Flamingo. He left. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like 90 was just there, and it's like, I'm talking all the guys. And then when you look at the XTV,
Get that ketchup off
works.
Grandma.
What's that?
Get this ketchup off of Grandma, sorry.
Sorry. But I feel you though. But the fuck I was gonna say. Yeah, and then XTV, only 2 guys to work for a while only guy that worked was NMM until the kids came. I think, did the kids come first?
Before who?
Before it was NMM and then Destruction. We don't even like to mention him like that, but
He an interesting guy though. It's like, now it's interesting because now you see the ideas, like back then we had no clue of what this was all about, and the history. I'm talking about Soup playing with his hands.
I knew you were going to do that. It's embarrassing.
Oh, sorry. It's just because people can't see me doing this. That's why I said it.
It's just this. That's all.
No, but we get it though, and you know what I'm saying. It's like it's so much deeper. It's like a portal, and it's like whoa, you know what I'm saying. It's like it's just to the naked eye, it's just this thing. But then with insight, you look into this world, and it's this amazing thing, and it's all of these stories that you guys are unlocking when you're telling it. And it's fascinating, and that's what makes a guy like Destruction, who just didn't work, but he was the biggest guy over here. But it's the same thing. When you saying that Monster didn't work over there, and those other guys.
And it's crazy because Monster even tried to touch on this in his shoot. We listened to that shit today. Can I just say that I truly think that that's one of Jazzmar's best podcasts. You know what I mean? I mean, probably. As far as Monster telling the history from way there.
I like, it's like when I listened to it, I was like, I didn't realize that had such a deep ass history.
Yes.
And when was his story ever told before?
Never.
Exactly.
Never.
Like that's what I was like thinking about Jazz is like, he getting like some exclusive stuff on his stuff.
Yeah, he was oh yeah, I want to just say it, dude, because it made me laugh. Bob, this is going to kill you if you're out there. J Baby has changed his name to Jay the Baby. And well, he's going to be doing the how Devin the Dude. He has that show that's like GGN, but it's not.
Oh my God.
And he has his own effects. And let's just say Jay the Baby is going to have his own little show like that.
I'm proud of him.
He's going to have Barbie Girl as his first guest.
Oh my God.
That's going to
be heard crazy. It here first.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I like that.
It's going to be crazy.
I like that so much.
But I know.
I'm sorry. That's funny as hell to me.
Jay the Baby ain't a dude. I'm the baby.
Jay the Baby. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was gonna touch on something. I was gonna make whatever, dude. But anyway, so the Monster thing, like, for his shit not to work, and then he came back to XTV after that. Remember, he was this big green ass thing. He said that, this big green booger, and he didn't work in the WWE. He came back and he didn't work in XTV no more. And that's kind of how it went, dude. Looking back at it, like the people that worked in the WWE, they continued to work. Like myself, like when I went, like I continued to work in XTV, and I continued, people got me. But it's like the other guys, they kind of just fell off. Like, I know that's when Monster kind of started to see a decline in other people. But dude, it's just crazy when I look back at that time, at all the people that went, you know what I'm saying? And only me and Payne were the elite. We made it, and Trunks, of course, but he didn't need a title. He just had so much popularity to him.
Right.
Of
course.
But yeah. I mean, if you have any other questions about the WWE, I'm your boy, and Man, I just remember our feud, me and Pain.
You in Pain, yeah. That's like the biggest thing.
I just think about that shit so much, cause dude, that was so historic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For us to start off with A Bug's Life, you know, he brought me in. Then I brought myself into this new organization. And, you know, we are the lead feud. And we both are winning the belts like crazy. And the suckiness of the match. I don't like to say it sucks, though, man. Like, I hate to say it because it's like, it's not even that it sucked. It was just disappointing.
It didn't live up to expectation.
Thank you. It was disappointing. You know what I mean? We both performed our best. We trained for the match, and the match happened. However, the two, you know, different styles didn't meet. You know what I mean? Story-wise, it was a great match, and it deserved to happen. However, you know, the match that we put on was a disappointment to fans that thought it was going to be something more than what we put on. You know, and it's just crazy.
You just can't please them all.
We even got it uploaded to XTV Westside. Go ahead.
I was just thinking the thought that you know, you had mentioned just a minute ago about Pain bringing you in with A Bug's Life. Tell us about, you know, how that came about.
Well, you know, I think I touched on this on Jazz's shoot or 90s. You know, I had came in and I forget like I think that, you know, I was off of you know, Disney, you know, I was off of there, but I think they put me with Pain because they didn't want to just put some new guy out there. Okay. You know, because we seen how Spyro was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we kind of seen that. It's like you know, it's supposed to be this new guy. It's beautiful graphics.
Spyro been all these years. He been here all these years. He still ain't over.
He still sucks, even on the podcast, dude. Damn. You know what I mean? And so, you know, the same shit with myself is like, you know, they didn't want to just bring this new guy in by himself. He's not seasoned. He's not known. So they got the hottest guy, which was The Pain. And, you know, we did that show. And it was a great show, dude. Like, you know, for the time it lasted. And what made that, you know, dynamic unique is it showed you it was a new era. It was the first game of the PlayStation. The N64 incident happened. As a result, that era was over. And we now had a PlayStation that Super Duper won at a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? The 5th grade fundraiser that Tred had won for him. And she was just acting like she was all that, and then Sue was just like, thank you. She didn't say anything. Trisha ass shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was happy to win that PlayStation. Why do they all do that? They'll do something for you and just act like...
I don't know, man. Something happened back there.
Yeah.
Long ago.
It had to.
Something happened.
But the, you know, yeah, so with the PlayStation, I was the first on there, you know, and A Bug's Life was like, it worked for so many reasons. We even got to do a movie, Lives, which was a parody of life, you know, me and Pain, and you know, that was a lot of fun.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was like...
When was this, like 99?
99, definitely. Right on it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when my show ushered in that new era, you know what I mean?
Okay,
and,
yeah.
Yeah.
It did change, you know. Things changed, you know. It was turning, and I think, you know, it went from like, you know, WCW Thunder, and then we started like getting into Mayhem and things like that. You know, over here on the East Coast, it's like the games changed. You know, what was in, you know, because you know, and it's just funny how that you know used to work out, you know. On the East Coast and the West Coast, you know, that's a dynamic that people don't really talk about. You know, when you put it in perspective, it's like, you know, Yaki would, you know, be going up against Super Mario, you know, during this, and then that would evolve to, you know, the Donkey Kong show, you know, and then it's just like to 007, you know, Banjo-Kazooie, you know, and then, you know, like Yo show, and so on and so forth, you know, and it's just like, it always just continued like that, and you know, people don't talk about that, like just how times change, and you know, it was always something staying fresh, you know, and you was that new face, and Pain helped you get over, you know, when you think about it.
Yeah, you know, and that's why, you know, I used to think Pain as much as I could, you know what I mean? Like people used to put, you know, a lot of bad press behind his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know,
But they didn't know.
And it's justifiably so, though. You know, at the same time, you know,
People ain't. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just feel like people ain't know what he was doing for you.
Yeah, but you know, at times though, you know, for him to just kind of like, you know, just I don't know, it's you had to be there, you know what I mean, to understand, you know, like I'm thankful for what he did for my career, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, he had a snobbish attitude, he had an ego about
He did
it.
Trisha to you.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, he did Patricia. He won the PlayStation for me and didn't say you're welcome. You know what I mean? So yeah. So he I mean, you know, he did let me in, and I'll never stop, you know, being appreciative of that, dude. It's like not everybody does that, especially at the height of their success with all the drugs and money that he was getting, you know what I mean? You know, and I was gonna say some shit, man. The fucked up thing with A Bug's Life, though, is we never got to complete that show. You know, fast fact, it's because Tony B always got mad and broke the damn disc.
Damn.
You know that all the time, because we would get to the last stage, you know what I mean? And it's something about that last stage that just rubbed him the wrong way, you know? Every time. And like, every time from like, I'll say 99 to like maybe 02. He played A Bug's Life, and the disc always happened to broke. That was a game that was always just there. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna try it this time. I'm gonna be calm this time. I'm gonna be calm this time. Nope, the disc is always getting thrown, cracked, cause it's just like you gotta get on this platform and you gotta jump and get like 5 of these gold berries. You know what I mean? And kill Hopper with it. You know, and it's so hard. It's almost impossible.
Well, I mean, the damn controls of that shit is fucking impossible. It's on that Roscoe level that LT used to do. It's probably a little bit easier than that.
A little bit, but still.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
The control dynamics were shit. They were horrible. The game had nice music, nice graphics. What's that?
It was pretty. And it's like, that's why I was like, how in the hell are y'all doing this? Like, how did you make a show out of this?
We just, I don't know. I
guess it's like, ain't shit else to do.
I have a phone call going on. What's up, man? It ain't shit else to do, Bob. That's how he explained that.
I told his ass not to do that shit. But he want to know why I want his ass on my podcast every damn day.
No, but you know, because A Bug's Life was our only show, though. You know, aside from the SIDE, I think we used Attitude and Thunder or some shit. We probably used those two. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's just we got so tired of that game, man. After a while.
Both games?
Nah, mainly A Bug's Life.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
We were just tired of that shit, and you know, we just wanted to do something else. And that's when the Super Nintendo came back, and of course the legendary, you know, Payne and Dixie show and fucking Super Mario in 2D form now with, you know, macaroni and cheese. That's when that era happened.
What time was this?
2000.
Oh, okay, they came back.
Yeah. Super Nintendo came back.
Yeah.
With different shows, you know, they would be in 2D format. The guys that was on 64 were now in 2D format mode,
Right.
but it still worked.
Yeah.
Which was
Y'all made
bizarre.
it work.
Yeah.
Y'all made it work, and it's like, you know, in the East Coast perspective, it was just like, you know, man, they digressing.
That's how we felt at the time, though. It's like we're digressing, but you have to make shit work. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You have, like, if you get whatever you get, and it's your job to be a talent, and you know to make this thing get over, you got to do whatever it is you could do. And I think that was the mentality of those guys, Payne, Dixie, Trunks, you know, all those guys. That's what they were thinking, and that's why that era worked so perfect. You know, the last Super Nintendo era, I would say, 2000. You know what I mean? Until you know, of course, the PlayStation came back with Grand Theft and, you know, the PS2, and the rest is history. But, you know, I think that's what that was. And A Bug's Life was probably like going to be completely out of the picture. Soup was so tired of that game that the last copy he actually bought, it he didn't break. He sold it to Karan for $20 that he used to buy donuts. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sold this
donuts in a bootleg copy of Baby Boy on DVD.
Well, at least he got something out the deal.
I know, right? I don't want this game. I want some donuts and baby boy.
Sounds like a fun night. Oh man, it's a good time sitting up here with the best, man. And you know, it's like I said, you definitely one of the guys that I wanted to get, man.
It's great, man.
So much to talk about, man. I wish we could have kept on. You know, I think I had cut you off back when you was talking about, you know, the order of the guys that came in. You know,
Of XTV.
Yeah, from the WWE into XTV. You know, can you think back to, like, you know, how more of that, you know, like what was, can you think back to the perspective of what it was like, you know, seeing NMM come in, you know, be a big, you know, huge deal, and then, you know, destruction, and then, you know, who would follow after that?
Well, let me just say that
Probably like one of the kids.
NMM, let me just say NMM, that was unexpected. He didn't talk to us in WWE about that. Like, it just happened. He just went to XTV, you know, and it was just like, NMM's on XTV, you know what I mean? And I don't even know.
He did the Lex Luger.
Yeah, he did. He just showed up, and like,
get him out of here.
You guys didn't know him. Like that's what made it weird. It's like, you guys don't know him, but he's here, you know. And even when Super Duper made him, he was like, "Damn, I made him."
Yeah, and that entrance is crazy.
Yeah,
like,
and he
so
was
crazy.
like, that ain't his music though. That's the only thing he said, cause he couldn't find that song, you know, Tommy Lee, Get Naked. You know, that was his music. And he was like, man, that ain't his music. But it was so his entrance, like, exactly like it. The lights kind of flickering on and off, but when it would cut on, you would see something so exciting. Just crazy. But anyway, so yeah, it was him. It was Destruction, you know, that didn't work. And then the kids. Then 80s. You know, I think 80s was the last.
Oh, yeah?
No, Barbie Girl was the last.
See, she was she did a big, you know, she held down the championship.
Yeah.
And you know, she was like unbeatable.
She
had that kick.
And she was like,
her kicks hurt me.
She came in like 95. You know, that's why I can't wait to hear her shoot. She's gonna talk on, you know, certain rumors that were going on at the time with her in 80s, and you know, all this stuff. It's so much with her. She got a lot of story. I hope you get her one day too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? She has a lot of story, you know, behind her. But yeah, like once the kids started to work, you know, each of them, we were like, okay, cause we knew David Kidd Jr. had to work though at the time. It's like
a senior work.
Come
Junior's
on,
got
like, cause we had did like a timeline. I think we waited till we brought him in. We were like, okay, you guys really like him? Of course we do. I think it was one of those nights. It's like, you guys like senior like that? Of course we do. You know, why wouldn't he? Look at these moves he's doing. Bob's one of his mini rants. You know what I mean?
Are you stupid?
He's better than you. It's like, shit, I just asked. And you know,
he said that.
He probably did. He just used to just be so ouch. He used to hurt. You know,
he complimenting, but
he's
just
just dissing in the same sentence, and he doesn't see it. And they're like, dude, you just dissed me. You know, but you know, it's not until now we kind of look back and see what Bobby was saying, and you know, that always happens with him though. It's like we look back and it's like
about the kids.
No, I'm talking about you know, just the way he would say shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh. It's like we didn't get it at the time. We thought he was just being a dick. You know what I'm saying? We're like, why are you doing that shit? But now we look back, it's like, because now that we understand his story, you know what I'm saying? He's IQ, and you know we understand those dynamics that we didn't get. We didn't get it. We
that's
thought he
so
was just
true.
a dick.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true. And that's the thing about these podcasts. You know, like these things come out that we never knew. That's why I said, like, who must have got this story? Like this storied history that I just didn't know about, like you know, and then you know, old Joe, you know, had me just dying. I'm crying laughing.
With who?
When he was telling the story about the cookie cake and all that.
Oh yeah.
You know, so you know, so you hear, you know, you hear like, you know, bits and pieces of, you know, people's stories, but you know, until they get on there and tell it, you like.
Can I just say that Monster and Miss Joe are both wrong? He said jelly cake.
Oh.
They keep saying cookie cake. I don't know where that shit comes from.
I guess that's what made it so fucking funny, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I wonder if I would have thought it was that funny if he had said jelly cake.
It's still funny either way. I don't care.
Because because what really killed me, like that was funny, but then when he had said, I don't like cookie cake. I fucking lost it. You hear it on the fucking thing. I'm like I never made that noise before. That's a funny old man.
Now I don't like cookie cake.
Now it's something along the lines. Yeah, man.
Monster's wild, man. But, what were we talking about before that? I had something.
What, about the WWE and, the progression of the guys coming in?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Well, you had touched on a point that, you felt like in 2008 that, you wasn't, you hadn't fell off. I mean, and you had accomplished a lot up to that point.
Dude, Justin, man. I remember, like, again, going back to that summer break, you know what I mean? To me, and I got booed, dude. Like, I came back out there to, like, apologize for my behavior, and it was this big boo. Like, we even got it on the tape to this day. It's just like, the fans were like, and that's when they were divided. And as a result, dude, I became divided. You guys don't remember when I was, like, a trailer trash guy? Like, I had, like, blue shorts, and I had, like, my shirt off, and I was, like, muscular, and I was bald.
Shorts, like what kind of shorts you had?
Like jean shorts, jean pants.
Oh, you just came out real regular?
Yeah.
Oh, 06?
06.
Damn, I think I remember something like that.
And I was just doing like different things, with my ninja costume and stuff. I was still relevant. I was still, but it was like I was getting mixed.
You was always switching your style up.
Yeah, always.
And you became lost. Like, you ain't realize who you was.
Lost.
After you did the ninja, it's like, well, damn. Because, like, when you too, it's like, nigga, you ain't walking around with a damn ninja costume.
No, remember, I was always doing the ninja shit.
You were, but, it's like...
It got too extreme, though. Too
no, it ain't that. It's like, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like... You were such an everyday guy. Like, you were standing next to Bob. It's like, you such an everyday guy. An everyday guy would not be wearing a ninja costume.
It didn't make no damn sense. I see what you
But
mean.
that's why, I ain't even poking fun. Like, I thought that's why you changed. I thought that, you just evolved that way, by default,
I'm trying to see why my right testicle hurts. Diabetic, everything always pointing down diabetic. I ain't even eating fucking sugar like that. Sorry.
It might be, you might have some gas, all down up in here. You fart real good, and that pain go away because the gas can apply pressure.
It's just the right nut though. It's just that.
Probably gas over there. I don't know.
Fucking shit.
I'm not sure. Gas can be a motherfucker, ladies and gentlemen.
But what else they said? Give me 1 second. You're in there tracking for. Oh, did you ask me something?
No. I had hit the pause button real quick.
Okay, cool.
Let you check on your business there.
All right.
But yeah, man. I mean, sitting here with.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, you had asked me. You had
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, it's just doing this. I guess maybe you want to call it a midlife crisis. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
But, even Bobby probably said that on commentary one time. That's just having a midlife crisis. It's just like, because I kept changing my shit, you know what I mean? It's like, he's going through something. And I was trying so hard to defend myself. And it was like, I didn't know who I was to even defend myself. So it's like, fuck, what do I say? You know what I mean? And there was nothing I could say. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had to just let the critics win, And I say 08, oh my God, I sucked. That's when I got the Lame of the Year award.
Wow.
And I had a classic match with Bret Hart. But dude, my commentary on whether I was on Crack Rock or whatever show I was on, it became unbearable. It was like, you got Killer, you know what I mean? At this point, dude, I don't care what nobody says. He was so funny, and he was just that guy that you wanted to hear. Trunks, you got all this color with me that I'm just so bland, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you hear my voice, you just like, why the fuck is he even here? You know what I mean? Like, I sound so bored.
But you know what, though? But that's why you there, though. For everybody to crack fun on your ass,
But it became unbearable. Like, that's what I was always there for. You know what I mean? But it was just at the point where it was like, these guys are too good, and you're just... I was so boring. It's just like,
Oh,
You know,
man.
everybody got so much story, so much color, so much character. Then you just put this.
Yeah.
Well, now it's me, guys. It's Dennis Murray. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I know his brother passed, but I'm just saying,
Leave
it's
Dennis
like him.
alone. That's kind of cold right
It's
there.
like, yeah, well, we're going to read Novredica or whatever he says. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was with me.
Yeah.
And you just wanted to cut it
Yeah.
off. And you know, from 08, and I think that's when I was starting to use like the N word and stuff. You know, I was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And I was just, I don't know, man. You know, a lot of guys were lost in 08, though. You know, the 08, it was 08, dude. Like, you know,
That's true.
What can you say? You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. And I was probably the worst, though. You know what I mean? Because I was so high at one point and praised by the fans. And I had confidence in myself, telling myself I'm the best. But I was in this lost world, dude. I didn't know if I was that good anymore. And the fans definitely didn't think I was good. And, you know, being that lost, dude, it's that shit hurts. That shit hurts. Because you guys truly made me. The fans did make me. Yes, I won the belts. Yes, I went out there and performed. But if I did all of that and I didn't have the appreciation from the fans or from the people telling me I can do it when I didn't even do it yet, dude, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have had confidence enough to win. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, dude, like it was bad in 08. It was bad in 09. Like, oh my God, 09 was just like, dude, kill me. You know what I'm saying? I got the lame award again. You know what I mean? And Trunks, I think he said it on one of those boring ass FNKs from 09. He's just like, without question, ladies and gentlemen, the worst. Yes, we just at the early part of the year. It's best yet again. You know, and it's just, it was like bad, dude. And I just wasn't good no more.
Yeah.
You know, and the WWE came back. Shit. You know, everybody had to, again, work their way up. And, I mean, we know where that went. Bobby worked his way up, and, you know, he was the number one guy. As for me,
how you feel like you did?
I don't even know, dude. Like, I don't know how I did. I can't even say.
You weren't like a top guy?
At all. You know what I mean? Because me and Payne fought on WWE Forever. It was a bad match. Payne was on drugs at the time.
It wasn't no good? What was the headline? You remember?
The headline was 80s guy and 80s guy and probably Bobby.
You think?
Probably, I think. I think.
think?
I think. No.
I don't think Bob
it
was in
wasn't,
the
'cause
headline.
Bobby wasn't. Yeah,
he wasn't there yet.
Okay. So it had to be. It was 80s though. 80s was in the main event. I
You think 80s in Pain? I would imagine it would be like two WWE guys.
Yeah. So it had to. It was probably Destruction.
Probably Destruction, right?
It had to be Destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to go back because we got that, right?
I don't know where that VHS is. We got so much in there, then we got to get it down the cord for the VHS, the yellow, red, and
Yeah.
we need that so we can put that shit on the computer and put out that shit.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, you know, I want to announce something else that's getting me so excited. 90 and Renee Young's going to provide commentary on those things.
On what?
The damn VHSs.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh.
Like all the WWEs and shit. Ooh, those shits are going to be crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best is just on here dropping bombshells.
Dude, like, because...
My God.
Nah,
see, they don't talk about this
dude,
stuff.
let me
Everybody's
show
talking
you.
about Candace Family Live Without Drama and The Killer, you know, and we're looking forward to those things, but we want to know what else.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's why I had to let you guys know. You know, that's one of the reasons Soup came in here. Cause, dude, all this shit is just writing for it. All this, most of this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's commentary?
We're writing ideas and things we're gonna do. Man, we're gonna work on a lot. We just need the damn VHS thing. We can get that from Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once we're gonna probably do that Thursday. Oh no. Damn, we get paid on Thursday. We're off Thursday, and we might take Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off for bereavement. But you know, we're gonna do it either way. We're gonna do it. Renee Young and 90, like he's gonna do the podcast, of course, first that everybody's looking forward to, and then you know that's when he's gonna start dropping them. You know, you're gonna have the real podcast, and you're gonna have that, and that's all leading up to the game when we finally get it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Which is gonna be so exciting.
Yeah.
And you know,
they was talking about bringing in the game. I mean, and somebody had said no, that was my wife that had mentioned you being a part of the new breed brand. What you think about that, Pastor? Yeah, I heard that you ain't like it too much.
How And the, we got anything red in here? How in the fuck?
Oh my god.
Somebody that's been busting their ass here for years. Red as fuck. New. I'm not new. I've been here.
Exactly.
So no, I'm not going to be on NXT, Ms. Martha. I'm not going to dish you because your husband's right here and I have respect for you and him. But I'm not going to be on it.
Yeah.
I decline.
I don't think you should be on there either. You know what I mean?
Calm now.
I mean, you know, it's for new people. You know, it's a good idea for the new kids. You know what I mean? Give them a chance, you know, to develop themselves. But, you know, Best, you know, he's here. And, you know, I feel like, you know, just like the Pain, you know, when he had came in and did his thing, you know, I mean, like, it's not for a lack of great performances. You know, that you is where you is now, and I really don't feel like you in a bad place. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you should get your Hall of Fame ring. To be honest,
I think a lot of guys deserve it right now. You know what I mean? By the way, who did they announce?
Who did they
Today's
announce?
Monday. Today's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you can look it up. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, man. You know, so I just feel like, you know, it's almost, you know, a slap in the face in a way. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, athletically, I haven't even been in the ring like that. You know what I mean? So you can't downgrade me to such a place. You know what I mean? Not saying that you're downgraded if you're working there. No, you're up and coming if you're in NXTV. You know what I mean? That's what it's for. It's for new talent. It's not for older guys that's already done it. You know, I haven't been that bad, dude, where it's like I got to start my career over. You know what I'm saying? That's a start over. I've done so much already. Let me get a chance on the game. Maybe I don't have the best mic skills. You know what I mean? I probably don't. Whatever. But
Martha,
Ooh! Can I speak to you, Best? You don't have to become angry. Howard, would you bring him a cup of water? Listen, Best. What I was saying to you is it's just that NXTV is not a downgrade. NXTV is meant to be something where people can reestablish themselves if they have to.
I don't need to reestablish myself.
But you could. And another thing that you could do is go down there and be a face that helps other guys
Well, maybe
get to the status
well,
that
maybe
you're at.
Well, maybe I'll be a manager. I'm not going to wrestle there though.
It would be better if you were
I'm
them.
going.
How great would it be for the Best to be a main event up against a young up and coming guy such as Justin Jr. and help him
I'll manage him.
and have the match
I'll
of
train
his
him.
life. Well, that would be wonderful as well. But I did not mean any disrespect. I adore you,
That's good.
that's fact.
I have absolutely nothing but love and respect.
I have respect for you as well, Miss Martha. That's why I'm not going to disrespect you. But
There's no reason for that.
truth be told, dude, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm appreciative of your offer. However, I would like to appear on the main roster with other guys because I feel like I'm the only guy there just because, you know what I mean? And
You're not the only guy that's
who
there.
else? Who else is a major star? You know what I'm saying? That's that's there.
It's not a case of being a major star because that's subjective. It's a fact that, you know, many guys, such as your ex-partner, David B-Boy, who's established himself, feels that he should go over there and reestablish himself. And he understands the concept of helping younger guys. He's partnering with somebody to help himself reinvent his image and help this young man have a name.
Freaky.
It's not disrespectful.
Well, I'm gonna have to think about it, as I said, Ms. Martha. However, so far I do appreciate your offer. Berkey.
I appreciate you listening.
Thank you. Berkey.
Oh, you see what you did, Martha?
I didn't do anything.
You came in here and pissed off my guest. He was fine before you came in here yakking.
Berkey.
And here is your cup of water.
I wish it was real. Berkey. But anyways, Justin, yeah.
Fuck that motherfucker. I would be walking around here with attitude. You gotta pardon them, best. Please forgive him, best.
This bitch keeps trying me. Wow, dude. I feel like I fell off if Howard people that said "fuck that motherfucker." Shit.
I apologize for that.
Oh man, dude, it's been fun. It's been great, Justin.
Yeah, man. It's always a good time right here on Justin's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You got a little bit more time in your best?
Yeah.
I just wanted to, I wanted to touch on your battle rap career because,
Catfish Billy.
You made an appearance in that, and it's just another way that you just continue to reinvent yourself, and it's just like, when you look back at the days of, you were saying that you was going through a bit of a struggle, you just continue to reinvent yourself until you found yourself. We watched you make mistakes, and it's just like that's your uniqueness, Bess. It's like, it's like when you were saying, you was on the FNK show, and everybody was downing you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you played that role because that was your role. In that particular moment, you know what I mean? And over the years, you continued to reinvent yourself, and you kept your essence, whether you was, playing as a babyface or as a heel or as a lame character or as a, or as a battle rapper, you kept that essence, and you were still able to pull off something that people can go, ha, that's lame, but, it's like, you accept it. It's in because you're talking about it.
I remember though, as far as the battle rap shit, it's crazy, dude. Just saying that the founder of World Star died, but anyway, like just kind of like right after you said that shit to me, when you had that conversation, was like, "Yes, you're good" and all that. That's when I started the battle rap shit, though. You know what I mean? Because I truly looked at myself as I could never come back in XTV. You know what I mean? Just having so many embarrassing moments, but what you just said, it's through those embarrassments where. Sometimes, it's some of the funniest moments, for you guys, but sometimes it's my best moments. And, dude, during battle rap, man, that shit was fun.
Yeah.
Just like, coming up with those things, like the rememberable shit, that's some shit Zook came up with when he was like 15.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that shit's old. And he thought about that when he was just young. He was like, damn, it'd be cool if somebody said, what did I say? Forgettable or forgettable?
Yeah, like predictable.
Predictable, yeah, predictable.
Predictable.
It used to be rememberable, when he was like 15. He was like, damn, it'd be cool. And he just always played with that wordplay like that. Remembered the bull, predicted the bull, and he just never knew how to use it. He's always been, influenced by hip hop, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But it's like he always wanted to figure out a way he could use these different lines and shit.
So who was your first opponent?
GAP.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How you felt about that battle? Was that one of the better ones?
Yeah. It was way better than the Yosi one. You know what I mean? I felt like I was struggling hard as fuck with the Yosi one. Even though it was good. It was good. But I felt like...
You felt like you were struggling to write for her?
No, I wasn't struggling to write. I was struggling when I delivered it. Delivery-wise, it was a struggle.
It was, because y'all was live, man. And like that was the first time that ever happened.
I'm sorry, Justin, but Tony B was like...
Nervous? Listen, y'all was live, because so was a Joe at it. The thing was...
He was like, no, because when they did this...
It came out good.
It's like, motherfucker, yeah! Even now, man, we listen to that
because
shit.
we had an audience even, and it's like over in the other room, you heard people and shit. So it's just like, I felt like at that time, like, you could hear them this and that. But when that battle was happening, like, it was, like, quiet. You know what I'm saying? And, like, it was just like... Damn, for real, man. I just do you remember like the feeling after the battle, like,
yeah.
and it even pick up when you go back and play whatever match happened after that. Just
you just hear like,
coming
man,
down.
We just did a crazy ass battle.
Yeah, It don't pick up until later. You know?
But again, dude, it's like we just hold shit, and it's super duper, like, truly, like, that's his mentality. It's like, shit has to be pitch perfect. You know what I mean? Like, some nights when he's working, it's like, shit has to be great. You know what I mean? It has to be really good. And he just, like, it has to be, what's the word I'm looking for, though, man? Where it's like, you know, shit just got to be, like, so...
It's got to be perfect.
You know, and it's like... just being a perfectionist, and you know what I mean? If you see one thing, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, I fucked up. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, I missed that. It's like, and you beat yourself up about it. And it's like, when I hear myself screaming, I hear a bit of a, like, I don't want to wake nobody up. I don't want to do this. I don't want to get kicked out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just hear it in my head, like, you know, as I'm listening to it. You know, I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Why don't you just go? You know, but it's through recordings like that. Yeah. It's through recordings such as that. It's through recordings such as F&K where we're whispering back in the 05 years where we're saying good shit and it's great content. We're holding back. Tony's upstairs. Sandra's in the other room. We're motherfucker, wait till she's out of there. And who cares if Tony's upstairs? You got great material. You know what I mean? But it's through those different things where we say, go ahead.
Where you say what?
Well, we say, man, dude, like, you know, we use it to say, nah, next time I'm going to be louder. Next time it's going to be better. What you were going to say?
Because, and it's just like, you know, we wait for y'all to leave because we just don't want nothing to leak out. You know what I'm saying? So we wait for y'all to leave to do certain recordings. Like, I'll do my podcast or anything major. You know what I'm saying? Like, we working on this movie, right? And, you know, Sindel was in a scene, and she's like, you know, and like I'm in here by myself, and like when I did that shit, like I just heard somebody go, they just started laughing, like they paused and they was like, you know, like they just started laughing, like what the fuck was that? But it was like that though. It's like the people downstairs can hear you, you know what I'm saying? Because these walls is hollow, and it's like it's quiet as hell. So when like how it is now. Like, if I did that shit, it'll just be like, and it's like, you know, people can hear that outside. They be like, a noise came from up there. Somebody was screaming. So it's just like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's crazy.
But you let it go, though. You get into it.
But it's like, if you're talented, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we truly are. I don't care. Like, we are. You know what I mean? When you're like that and shit, it's like you never hold back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get lost in your work.
Yeah, you get lost.
I didn't get lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have got lost. I should have let loose on her. Like, you know, the energy should have been better. The times where I was struggling, like, why the fuck? And I was mad at those ones where I'm like, that's why because I'm like,
oh, yeah.
That one line I got stuck on, I'm like, damn, I fucked up.
Yeah.
And I still said it wrong. Whatever that line was, I still said the shit wrong. Just like, I'll say something, it got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, fuck, man.
It's a common thing, though. Like I said, y'all was live and y'all delivered the performance of the night. It is like, I was trying to say the performance of a lifetime, you know, and it was like, you know, one of the most talked about things of the night, you know, out of everything. Like, it's just like so hard to come down after that. I mean, like y'all even, you know, it was like they talk about y'all more than the main event.
True.
Yeah. You know,
even though Killer Adams laughing in the damn main event, he's stupid.
Yeah. The entrance.
Suit did that shit that one night, man.
He
was laughing so hard.
We did an XTV Mania on a Monday because we watched Monday Night Raw a little bit after that. Big E, old big ass, or whatever he has said.
What he said? Big E, old fat ass.
We got, like, it's just so much of that shit. Like, sometimes I just go back and just, like, watch all we did. Like, you know, sitting next to the pool before. And then they got one scene where we sitting on the inside. You know, things is going on. I'm sitting there with Trunks.
I was
and
big
old
as
Joe,
hell.
Old Joe came in there and he was like, and I told Roman. You know what I'm saying? He said some shit. But yeah,
you know what's fucked up? Joe gets older every year. Cause that type of old, he's not that type of old no more. And you're gonna hear it on the damn podcast, man.
I hear it nowadays. He's so slow.
Yeah, it's like so older. You're gonna laugh at Mary May, man. And it's crazy. Like, again, that's another person. Even though she's not the WWE person, she's a, you know, Joe show. We never thought you guys were gonna know Mary May. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
She go back.
Yeah, she goes back to 06.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Chad, he goes back to
11
probably
years
06 too. You know, And it's like all those guys, they were like, on the Joe Show. We got old Joe Show episodes with them. You hear the old Mary May. Sue didn't know how to do her voice. He's like, no, honey, it's ugly. Yeah. And just all of that shit.
Well, I tell you, she's perfected nowadays. I love Mary May. She's so beloved, man.
I know, right?
She's so sweet.
She's so nice.
She's sweet as hell. I love Mary May. I love that show though. I love the Joe Show.
That's why we got to upload older shit. We got to then.
Yeah.
If you love this,
hell yeah. And that's the thing about what. So you saying it's old Joe shows?
Too many.
And that's the thing. It's like it's like those Arnold Murray tapes. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
Pastor Arnold Murray. Yeah, he got all these collections of tapes. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's old. And it's like in the whole podcast competition, that's what can separate old Joe. Is that he has
a back catalog.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's new to us, and it's like, woo, it's a new one.
You're gonna hear things on there. Can I like the damn what's now infamous for the West Coast, the Mary May incident. This is documented. Killer's badass, bit her damn nipple off. Killer was bad as hell.
He bit Miss Joe nipple off?
Mary May.
Mary May?
Yes. Killer. You're going to hear it. He was bad as fuck. It's just like, dude. You know what I mean? Just
unnecessarily bad.
Yeah, like nobody's that bad. You know what I mean?
Nobody.
He was
except
bad.
for Killer ass. I remember though, man. Like he even used to get into it with me sometimes. He just didn't give a fuck. And just another pulverizing character, Bash. It's like he had another type of heat, but you drew that kind of heat. Like I love those kinds of characters that can just.
I had X-Pac heat. I was so lame.
I don't think that I ain't talking about that. I mean like when you did the pipe bomb and you turned on MZ back in the day. That's just like that's a moment. When they talk about like when 006 fell off the tree, like to me, like that's one of those moments. Like that's just like
that lives with you like that.
Yeah, like
man, boys, damn.
Not like it's a moment that I'll never forget. Best is because it's just like it's I'm telling you about it today. Like you know what I mean. It happened. I remember when it happened, and it's just like man.
And you know what?
Like how many guys have those types of moments? Like how many guys can come in and do that and really have that kind of effect? I mean, guys can do it. It's certain guys, but you don't see it like that no more. You don't see that happen.
I remember after the show, you guys said this night made me respect TXG because you guys were still sides. And you guys were like, this made me respect TXG. And that
y'all was TXG and we were sides?
Yeah, you remember
it was divided.
That shit? Yeah.
It was divided.
And that's when you guys started to see, we do stand on our own. You know what I mean? But it was still certain things that you guys didn't get. Like, you're like, oh, he sounds like him. He does that. Like, you guys, sometimes you guys still categorized us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's because we never showed you F and K. We never showed you Joe shows and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It go back to, you just not knowing people's story. You know what I mean? Like what you were saying about Bob. It's just like...
Yeah, we had no clue.
That's so funny.
But it's obviously right there.
Exactly. and that's the thing about Bob. Like, Bob always tried to get people, like he stayed himself. He stayed in character, but he always tried to make it so plain. And so, like, that's why he would just be like, just cuss people out. Like, you stupid, this, that. However he used to do it, it was just like...
That's what I like about the David Kidd shit when he was talking about, we were watching that Royal Rumble 03. I remember that shit. He goes, he says, because Kurt Angle's the best athlete ever. And then somebody goes like, nah, Goldberg's the best athlete ever. And then he goes, Goldberg is not the best athlete. It's just, damn, I remember him saying that shit. He's not the best athlete. I remember that, man. It's like, fuck you, bitch. It's
exactly. He's quoted his word is like the absolute.
Like, it's not the best athlete. And then, but he fucked probably in that Royal Rumble 03. And then he was like, you know, we're watching the Royal Rumble. Oh no, it wasn't Royal Rumble 03 because he didn't come until later. We watched somebody, dude, and then it was just like he proved that, you know, Kurt Angle is a good ass athlete. We never looked at it like that. We looked.
You
at
never
it
looked at like you probably still looked at him like just like he ain't made it to the main.
Yeah, you know, but
to main event level yet.
But I don't know, because we love Chris Jericho, and that same tape, you guys started respecting Chris Jericho because you seen how he performed in that.
You
Rumble.
pointed that out.
Yeah,
You was
I'm
like, watch
dude, Chris
Jericho.
Jericho's the shit.
You love Jericho,
Yeah.
and I was like, you love Jericho because
Yeah,
I looked at him as cruiserweight
like
Jericho from WCW, which I thought he was funny. He made me laugh, but I ain't take him seriously as a main eventer. You know what I mean? And that showed me how good he was.
And I was a fan of Jericho.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me, like it happened in the Royal Rumble of all things that I noticed how good Jericho was.
I just don't understand, man, because it's like Chris Jericho fought William Regal. You know what I mean? At
Mania.
At Backlash.
Okay.
At Backlash 2001. That match is amazing. You know, I even thought that night, we watched that shit. You know, I thought that night when we was watching it, I'm like, dude, you know, see Chris Jericho? Like, I thought you seen what I seen. Because, like, it just be like that sometimes.
I didn't take Jericho
dude,
serious.
he's fucking awesome. And we actually teamed up in the WWE, me and Jericho. We had a classic match on a Raw.
Y'all a great ass, like, that's a good ass team combination.
Yeah, we was a good, man, we were like, it's crazy because I had teamed up with NMM, him, Jericho. I teamed up with a lot of people.
I can't believe it. That's crazy. Yeah.
Dude, I had such a fucking long career, man.
I know, man.
It's just crazy. Like, long. And I'm talking, like, again, in those organizations, though, like, doing this, doing that, winning this title, being a part of this feud, and, you know. Oh, shit. It's good timing, though. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you got anything else, though, yeah.
No, man. No, I think we just put a bow on it, and best. Here's a question that I like to ask people. I wonder, out of all of your matches that you've had, which ones stand out to you the most, or do you have any special to you? Like, do you have any matches or moments that stand out to you, like throughout your whole career, just anything?
Well, I got too many matches, so I'm going to have to say a moment. The moment in 2010 when I chose Eminem's song "Not Afraid" as my theme music, and I walked out there.
Yeah.
And I was looked at as this motherfucker, because prior to this, I kept coming back, and LT would shoot me down. Like, he would go, like, he would kill me. He would either beat the shit out of me, or he would ride me where I was just like, nah, I'm not good. You know what I mean? Yeah. But 2010, I came out, and it had all the recipes of this is not supposed to work, but it worked. And I won. I was nominated for Comeback of 2010.
Yeah, you did your thing.
But Moonsault won over me. You know what I mean? Which, people
and that add to the feud that y'all had.
Yeah, but it's so over now. You know what I mean? And
it's just ironic, though.
Yeah. He still beat your ass. Fuck you. He's not even around no more. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, but our feud was crazy. I mean, it's so much we can say about it. It's just, it was infamous, man. And but it's definitely over. He's got some kids and living in New Hampshire somewhere.
Oh yeah, he's a dad now.
Yeah, that's why we wish we could find the damn Moonsault story. We did the story of Moonsault Kid. We can't fucking find it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we did that in 2014. We wanted to show you guys then, and we still want to show you, but we don't even know where the fuck the shit's at. And we remember after we recorded it, it was just like, yes, we did the story of Moonsault.
Yeah.
You don't know where the fuck is that, though. When we find it, you guys, we're going to probably just upload it straight up. Just like with the other thing, THG Indestructible that we found that we can't find again. When we find it, we're just gonna upload it. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, ain't that crazy when you have something, then you missing it, then you find it, then you missing it again.
And you forget you're missing it. Then you find it.
Then you find it.
And then it's missing again.
Then it's missing again. That's what happened to me. Like, and I can't find Lily versus Azrael, and I want to upload that because it's not uploaded on the.
I have it.
You got it.
You gave it to me.
I probably cut it and paste or something.
I'll give it back.
Yeah,
I got it though.
Yeah, I want to upload it on the East Coast Network. I don't know why it ain't up.
Azrael, bitch, that shit gonna be loud, bitch.
Yeah, sped it up a bit.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
funny. Yeah, I got it. But I don't have the moonsault shit. We don't have Fresh Prince. That's like the biggest loss over here. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, dude. I get mad when I talk about that shit. That shit was so fucking just classic. It's like, man, what the fuck ain't that? Give it back. Your ass don't know no damn Frank Sinatra.
Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great time here.
Oh yeah, where we at, man?
109, ladies and gentlemen. And
I love the hours.
yeah, I try to bring mine around an hour. I don't like to go too far over, but sometimes they just get too damn good.
I think Gorilla's like an hour 55 seconds or something. Minutes.
An hour 55 minutes.
It's probably 55 minutes to an hour or something like that.
I have one with Alec. You gotta check out the Alec podcast with
We be
Sally.
forgetting.
They got some funny ass stories on there. You talking about if you ever want to laugh, dog, they just retarded. And you was on the initial podcast that they did. That shit was bananas.
It was insane. Everybody just kept coming in there. It was like 2GN, but Alex.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. I was there. And this was definitely fun, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, this has been Ernest Justin Turkey Leg, sitting with my very special guest.
The best of you.
All right, everybody. They give me the go home cue. I ain't really, sit up there and listen to the podcast. Of course, I just did my little ads and stuff like that, and did the outro. No, I did the intro. Now I'm doing the outro. Y'all know how this thing go, man. Short on time, so that's why I had to dig into the archives. You know what I'm saying? See what I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview, man. If it's any mistakes or flubs or flaws, blame Stacy. She did it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the deal, y'all. Man, it's crazy, man. Life it's just crazy what life throw at you, ain't it? Yeah, they get it now. They turn the music on because they know that I just sit up here and just tell my whole life story. But yeah, it's 9:53 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Well, I gotta get my ass up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get up be there by 4:45, and the time is being thought of to be taken to 4 o'clock, which means I'm gonna have to start getting up at 3:30. So they ain't nothing new to me. I done been there. I done done that. It don't matter what time you wake up in the morning, and I'm gonna leave it at this. If you ain't waking up because you want to wake up, then it always suck. That's what we're doing over here, though. We switching over everything, and we about to make it work. We choose when we get up and when we go to bed. And in closing, that's still gonna probably be never, because there's always so much to do, so little time. So long, everybody.